Let's shift our attention now to Prime Minister Modi, who is just leaving to Seychelles. He is going on a two-day visit to Seychelles. He will be visiting as part of the National Day celebrations that are taking place. Of course, Seychelles is a key partner in Vision Mahasagar, so it's an important visit. It's a two-day visit of the Prime Minister. He is going to be visiting the nation for 2 days. A lot expected. Now, remember, this visit also comes just after the Prime Minister's visit to the G7 summit and his participation in the G7 summit as a guest. So the Prime Minister is just leaving to Seychelles. Let's go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary on the broadcast with the details of what's expected. Well, Srinjoy, it's a two-day visit to Seychelles, a key ally or key partner of India. What are the details and what's expected from this visit of the Prime Minister?
Yes, it's an important visit, even if it's for a little more than 24 hours, because Seychelles is part of the Indian Ocean, and the security of the Indian Ocean area is also dependent on Seychelles. Both India and Seychelles work very well together on the security front. They have cooperated very, very actively in the past. Now, today is a slightly easier day for the Prime Minister in the sense that today he is going to the Seychelles National Botanical Gardens. There is a tree plantation ceremony. And then in the evening, he is going to the Seychelles Coast Guard base. Now, that is of importance because at the Coast Guard base, you will find people who have cooperated with the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard because both countries have a very healthy naval relationship. And this is what the Prime Minister will probably be briefed about because the Indian Ocean has all kinds of unsavory elements, including pirates. Now, the security of Seychelles, which is a group of islands, has to be ensured. Now, it's not easy, and India is working with Seychelles to ensure that at least the Seychelles is adequately secured. So the Indian Navy, the Indian Coast Guard, and the Seychelles security forces have been working together. So that apart, later there is a banquet by the President of the Seychelles, and, of course, more discussions after the banquet could happen tomorrow.
Okay, all right. So the Prime Minister will be attending the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the country's National Day as the chief guest, marking 50 years of diplomatic relations between India and Seychelles. So it's an important visit, as Srinjoy was also pointing out. Srinjoy, what are the details of the itinerary of the Prime Minister? Is he also going to be hold meetings with the Indian diaspora and, as has been the case during his foreign visits, also with businessmen in Seychelles?
Yes, both meetings could be tomorrow. Today is more, as I said, the most important segments today will be that security visit to the Coast Guard base, where the security of the Seychelles and India's contribution towards it will be looked at. Larger issues, economic, political, strategic, will be looked at during that meeting. During the banquet, which begins perhaps at 9 o'clock Indian time. Now, once that is done today, then what you're talking about is there tomorrow. You have the celebrations, you have the meeting with the Indian community. All of that happens tomorrow. And, of course, the hard discussions come tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Srinjoy, so the Prime Minister, we're told, is also going to be addressing the Seychelles National Assembly, and he will also be interacting with the members of the Indian diaspora and also celebrating 50 years of diplomatic relations.
Yes, as I was saying, the hard meetings are really tomorrow. And today, of course, the security issues will come up. But tomorrow, he will also meet the Indian community. Prime Minister, wherever he goes, meets the Indian community. Also, he looks at business links, business dealings that will help India, that will help Seychelles in this case. And of course, he will address the people of Seychelles. And quite importantly, it's an important relationship. It's a crucial relationship. It's a strategic relationship. All of that will come up during the speech and also the discussions.
Right. And Srinjoy, the timing is also interesting because Chinese Navy destroyer Tangshan has also arrived in Seychelles for a friendly visit. And that is also going to continue for 5 days.
The Chinese, in the excuse is a piracy combating forces. And the Chinese have regularly sent at least one major warship, a smaller warship, and a tanker. A fleet of 3 have been going in and out of Indian Ocean for over 2 years now. And as a result, the Chinese make it a point to visit all these island countries, whether it's the Seychelles, whether it's Maldives, much less so in Sri Lanka nowadays, certainly Kashmir, certainly Pakistan, and importantly, increasingly South Africa. So these Chinese warships are making it very clear that they are a force in the Indian Ocean. Now, India, of course, has good ties with all these island countries, Sri Lanka, with the Maldives, with Mauritius, with the Seychelles. I mean, there is no dispute that India is the closest. If one country, one island country in this requires, let's say, drinking water immediately, the one country it calls is India. So the same applies to Seychelles, and India will always be important for the Seychelles.
Okay, all right, Srinjoy, thank you for joining us with all those details. In fact, as the Prime Minister was leaving from here for the Seychelles visit, he also went on to say that he's looking forward to this visit, as Seychelles is a valued partner, and we look forward to strengthening our friendship. With that, we're slipping into a very short break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.